In the suffocating fog that blinds the future, the masses shackle themselves to the data of the past, to the illusion of the known. But for us, the mind architects, this is the prison of mediocrity, the snare of the common. True innovation isn't born from what exists. It erupts from the ruthless courage to plunge into the void, where metrics fall silent and the market is a blank canvas. Those who crave the safety of pre-existing data are, in fact, condemned to stagnation. In this brutal realm of uncertainty, the shadow of paralysis looms. No data, no market, no direction, wail the weak. But one visionary mind, that of Akio Morita, the legendary master of Sony, pulverized that dogma. He didn't wait for the market to dictate his path. He forged it. He wielded a tactic, a primal protocol, to rip open the unknown. Keep this truth etched in your mind, for we will unveil it together at the apex of our ascent. While the herd succumbs to digital distraction, to the cheap dopamine addiction that numbs the mind and atrophies vision, we, the architects, choose the punishing path. The path of profound analysis, of mental reconstruction, of the relentless hunt for wisdom that transcends epochs. We are not followers. We are the forgers of a new understanding, the builders of legacies that defy ephemerality. Innovation paralysis isn't a miscalculation. It's a catastrophic failure of imagination, a surrender to the tyranny of what has been. Without pre-existing data, most freeze, incapable of a single step. They whine for surveys, for external validation, for a detailed map where only an abyss exists. But greatness was never forged on explored terrain. It is born in the brutal challenge of the uncharted. Observe the leaders who falter, the entrepreneurs who wither before planting the seed. Their weakness lies in their dependence on external feedback, in the absence of an internal compass that points north when all coordinates fail. They chase security where only raw potential lies. They beg for a lighthouse amidst the mind's darkness. This isn't leadership. It's cowardice masquerading as caution. Interpersonal analysis becomes superficial, sales stagnate, and high performance regresses, all because the fear of the unknown has become dogma. There's no history for this. No one's done it before. It's too great a risk. These are the pathetic excuses of losers, of the mediocre who are content to echo the past while the future screams for their invention. We, the architects, hear a different call. Morita understood that the absence of market data wasn't an obstacle. It was a monumental opportunity. It was the invitation to create, not to react. To conceive needs before the public could vocalize them. To mold reality instead of being molded by it. He operated on a level of vision few ever reach, a dimension where informed intuition becomes the driving force. He was a market architect. While others drowned in research and focus groups to validate non-existent ideas, Morita trusted his discernment and his unshakable passion for human engineering. He knew that innovation isn't a democracy, it's a tyranny of vision. The true leader doesn't consult the map. He draws the map for a territory yet unnamed. His mind was the supreme laboratory. Consider the legendary Walkman, an artifact that redefined the individual's relationship with music. There was no data for a device that allowed personal, on-the-go music. The experts would have dismissed it as a niche with no mass appeal. But Morita saw beyond, visualizing a latent need, a hidden desire for portability and privacy. He didn't ask. He created the answer. His process wasn't blind. It was guided by a profound comprehension of human psychology, the brutal art of anticipation. It wasn't about guessing the future, but about building it, piece by piece, based on universal principles. He saw the individual, not the aggregated data. He trusted what could be, not merely what was or had been. This is the first strike towards dominion. Morita's audacity resonated with the raw resilience of the ancient Stoics, who forged strength in adversity, and with the relentless discipline of Bushido, which hammered an indomitable will. He understood that the path to mastery isn't paved with guarantees, but with the readiness to confront chaos, to embrace uncertainty as raw material for creation. The comfort zone is the graveyard of innovation. While the mediocre hid behind outdated metrics, Morita plunged into the void with crystal-clear vision. His leadership wasn't that of the herd, it was that of an alpha wolf, solitary, strategic, and relentlessly fixated on the objective. He molded his company's culture so that curiosity and experimentation were supreme virtues, not mere risks to be avoided. He grasped that to create a market, you must first create a desire the consumer didn't even know they possessed. This demands profound empathy and an unparalleled ability to project oneself into the future of human experience. It's not about selling a product, it's about selling a new way of living, a new identity, a new possibility. This is the power of the architects. Innovation paralysis isn't a lack of resources. It's a lack of courage to sever ties with the past. It's the cowardice of refusing to err, of fearing to be the first. History screams that great leaps always came from minds that dared to question, that refused to accept the limits imposed by conventional logic. What is logical today was insane yesterday. For us, the architects, the absence of data is an invitation to paint the blank canvas of reality with our own colors. It's the moment to apply the ancient master's wisdom, stoic discipline for unwavering focus, Sun Tzu's brutal strategy for anticipation, Miyamoto Musashi's resilience in execution. Our plans are audacious, our steps calculated, but our vision is limitless. The mediocre scavenge for ready-made formulas, shortcuts to instant success that only exist in digital fables. We, the architects, understand that true dominion demands time, relentless study, and above all, the capacity to operate on terrain where safety is a lethal illusion. We don't seek ease, we demand excellence in adversity. Morita bequeathed us a philosophy. Innovation isn't an accident, it's an intentional act of will. It's the byproduct of a mind trained to see opportunities where others see only emptiness. To feel the pulse of the future, instead of merely reacting to the present's dying beats. This is the essence of proactive vision. Leaders, entrepreneurs, psychologists, coaches. The challenge of market data absence is, in truth, a brutal test of your own internal leadership. Will you be a mere follower, begging for external validation, or a pioneer, forging your own path in the information desert? The choice defines your legacy or your irrelevance. Akio Morita didn't just build a company, he built a culture of thought, a culture where impossible was merely an invitation for a more ingenious solution. He taught us that true freedom resides in our capacity to create value where there was none before, to sow in lands no one dared cultivate. This is the essence of dominion. Market cycles, fleeting trends, superficial analysis, all of it is just noise to the mind architect. We hunt for timeless principles, the truths that underpin genuine innovation. The real question isn't what are the data, but how can I create the data the future will demand? It's a paradigm shift few ever master. This capacity to anticipate and mold the market, instead of being its prisoner, is what distinguishes the master from the amateur. It is the key to high-performance sales, the backbone of unshakable leadership, and the sharpest lens for profound interpersonal analysis. Dominion begins when you accept the responsibility of being the creator. The pillars of Morita's vision were clarity of purpose, audacious experimentation, and an unshakable faith in his own intuition, tempered by cold logic. He didn't wait for market consent. He educated it. He guided it into a new reality he himself had conceived. This is the true art of creating demand, of creating. It's time to confront the inconvenient truth. Most market insights are just echoes of the past, utterly irrelevant for those who aim to forge tomorrow. Akio Morita bequeathed us a path to transcend this limitation, to operate on a plane where vision obliterates retroactive analysis. The primal protocol is about to be unleashed. Akio Morita's primal protocol, the doctrine of proactive vision, isn't an algorithm. It's a paradigm. It stands on 3 pillars. A. Intuitive immersion. Plunge deep into the unfiltered human experience to feel unarticulated needs. B. Future projection. Envision the world not as it is, but as it could be with your intervention. C. Radical prototyping. Create and test relentlessly without fear of failure, for each iteration is new data you yourself are generating. This is the brutal art of creating your own market. This is Morita's legacy, the flame that guides us. It's proof that a leader's greatest strength isn't in their ability to follow trends, but in their savage courage to create them. The absence of data isn't an end, it's a beginning. The void is the canvas for your masterpiece. You, mind architect, possess the power to fill it. Mediocrity is content to observe. We, the architects, forge reality. This knowledge, this ancient strategy, is your weapon against paralysis. You have absorbed it. You have understood it. Now, prove you are not just another distracted soul, another passive spectator in life's grand theater. Prove you are one of us. If you made it this far, if your mind refused to be numbed by the digital noise, then you belong to this elite. You are an architect. Etch your mark. Engrave your intent. Comment a single word below, the word that defines our purpose, our pact. Dominion. Your action validates your presence among us. To truly master the art of engineering demand and shaping perception, the kind Akio Morita wielded, you must dive into the timeless principles of influence. Click the link in the bio and seize your copy of Robert Cialdini's Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. Your unfair advantage awaits. The real-life game accepts no spectators.